Lana Del Rey has just been bullied by her own fan base into making a statement about what is going on in Palestine, following a post from her on Instagram that was actually about the flash floods in Texas and her reflecting on the tragedy of that situation. They felt it was inappropriate for her to comment on something like that, a domestic issue, without first acknowledging the suffering of the people in Gaza. Because, of course, you can't talk about anything without your comments being flooded saying, well, how can you care about X without saying something about Gaza?
Exactly.
So this was her original post. I want to say how sorry I am for so many people's losses in Kerr County and beyond in Texas. We've been thinking of you every day since the floods. All of my prayers are with you every moment of the day this week, and may all the angels be with you as you search for even more lost loved ones. I'm so sorry for everyone who's going through this. It's truly unprecedented, and I can't even imagine it. All my love. And what followed was a bombardment of comments from her own fans saying, this isn't good enough because you didn't speak on my pet issue first, and you're not allowed to talk about any tragedy without first acknowledging Gaza, maybe the femigenocide going on in the Congo, Ukraine, and go down the list. You cannot care about one thing without acknowledging the issues going on in the rest of the globe. But here was her follow-up to the negative comments. She said, and yes, of course, we pray for Palestine every day. I wish for peace between all nations, and I'm constantly up on all of the news between the Israel-Palestine conflict. I was very hopeful when we were getting close to a peace treaty, and that was my greatest wish as I've watched the news unfold from afar. It's always difficult to watch any innocent victims killed by crimes of war. There's never a good way of wording things that will make all people happy, but that is my personal truth. Politically, I do keep up, and I have been very much hoping for ceasefire. This is a long, ongoing conflict, and one that I've studied hard to understand. It's heartbreaking and unfathomable to think that there hasn't been a way to find some resolution. It's a topic of conversation in many of my daily conversations, and we're constantly considering what we can do to contribute in all situations like this. I always have been.
Her husband comes in, he's like, well, they're not our greatest ally.
So basically, she tried to put up a heartfelt post about fellow Americans
something
who are
in her
suffering
zip code,
losses.
something closer to her.
Well, I think she's in Louisiana now that she's married to the alligator tour guide, Jeremy Dufresne. So she's, put on a Southern accent, and this is her culture now. I would understand why she felt particularly convicted to talk about the flash floods going on in Texas rather than the war across the globe that doesn't personally affect her. But this wasn't good enough for her fans who claim to support her. They actually only support her insofar as it allows them to control her, and that goes for stan culture in general. Their love for you, their affection for you only exists as a weapon of control, and they will hold it over your head at any given moment when it presents an opportunity to bully you into speaking out on their pet political issue, and this time it was Palestine. But some people were defending her. One said, how was putting a heartfelt post up about this tragedy in Texas have anything to do with the troubles in Palestine? Lana shouldn't have to add further comments just to appease certain people. Shall we list Ukraine, Congo, Syria, Yemen, and many more ongoing wars? They are all heartbreaking, but she was expressing prayers in this instance, the devastating floods. Celebrities are feeling forced to mention the Palestine conflict to fend off incoming judgmental, angry comments, and still the trolls come out of the woodwork.
The best response was something like, Palestine? What about East Palestine? We never heard anything about that either.
Yeah. Another one said, I understand now why celebrities don't talk about certain things. Every time they try to help, a bunch of people show up in the comments saying, why don't you talk about this instead? Instead of helping, they just criticize. It's annoying.
It's literally the meme of like, I like apples. Or like, oh, so you say oranges suck? Well, fuck you. That, like, it's literally, it's a meme, but it's a meme because it's true.
Yeah. She's like, I feel sympathy for these people who are suffering in my country. And they're like, oh, so you hate people who are suffering in other countries? You cannot win.
Checks out.
You simply cannot win. And maybe the wise decision for her in this case would have been to just actually not post anything at all.
Yep.
And if she does care about this issue, which it seems that she genuinely
Get it?
does,
I mean,
private
accounts.
privately donate
Yeah.
to the people who need it.
No, I think what they need to do is they need to accept that what they want is the fame. What you can do is you can make these posts, but you have a private account that you only allow certain followers, and it's your friends and your family and your loved ones, and you can go and say the things that are semi-political or this type of heartfelt message there, where, you know, Grandma Dufresne will not say anything negative because you didn't bring up Palestine, East Palestine, Ukraine, Uganda, or any other place in the world.
Funnily enough, her Instagram, it's at Honeymoon on Instagram. She has actually put it on private for the majority of the time that she's been active on there. She privates the account so that people who are random that don't follow her or support her are not going to flood her comment sections with a certain agenda. I don't know why she decided to take it off of private, but she still continues to get hate for being married to Jeremy Dufresne, who is an outspoken Republican and Trump supporter.
People hate alligators.
People hate
They're
gators.
just bigoted against Cajun people.
That would be my guess, right?
No, but I mean, the reality is, as soon as the news came out that she was dating him, as soon as the news came out that she got married in Louisiana, people went and stalked him and his entire family on Facebook.
Yeah.
And uncovered his political beliefs and then the political beliefs of his family members, stuff about the breakdown of his previous relationship to the mother of his children. They were stalking his children online because these people are deranged. Truly, they see no boundary, and they don't see a celebrity like Lana Del Rey as a person.
Andy Panda might be right. Maybe what's going to happen is this guy, Jeremy Dufresne, is going to provide the alligators for Alligator Alcatraz, and it's all one big scheme from the government. It's cronyism at its finest to give Lana Del Rey's husband a contract with the government.
Some of the comments from her fans, she's a Zionist. Why did she change? She never made any comment that would suggest she's a Zionist or even close to it. She literally just didn't post about it because it's not her place.
Yeah, like there's Israeli and Palestinian soldiers, and then they get the alert that she's picked a side. No.
Another one said, "Didn't she marry a Trumpy?"
A Trumpy.
Oy. Like Mossad saw the comment, and they're like, No!
Invite her over to
Get the wall ready.
So some people are claiming that Lana actually signed a petition for Israel and spent money toward an Israeli cause. Okay. So I'm looking at that now. It says a full list of celebrities demanding the release of Hamas hostages. So that's not the same thing as signing a petition for the IDF and donating money to the IDF.
And if you pay taxes, you already donate money to the IDF.
They included in this Bradley Cooper, Amy Schumer, Gwyneth Paltrow, Chris Rock, Justin Timberlake, Madonna, Mila Kunis, Katy Perry, Will Ferrell, a few of the dozens of stars who have backed a new campaign called #NoHostageLeftBehind. That was back in 2023. Yeah, everything is just a hashtag.
It's gotta be.
But it was a petition that was technically an open letter from celebrities to Biden back when he was still in office.
Think people realize how many young men really like Lana Del Rey, and bullying her, you might accidentally start like a death squad that comes after you. People do not realize the loyalty that a lot of schizophrenic young men across this country
lift a
lot.
What does Waffle House have to say about this? That's what I want to know.
They're probably mad.
They're her employers.
Like if you go to like a gym and you see a dude that's yoked, he's right wing. I guarantee you Lana Del Rey is on his playlist.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if they're kicking a
so
beehive
does that
here.
mean Lana Del Rey is the Zoomer Megan Fox?
No,
it's not. It's more of like a maternal thing. I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I don't.
Well, that doesn't sound very.
My views on
sounds Oedipal.
My views on it's very like Freudian, but my views on her are very complicated.
I can tell. So
very confused.
I also want to acknowledge that Lana Del Rey has courted a particular audience that is more likely to attack her like this. She has made plenty of political statements in the past, mostly regarding U.S. domestic politics, especially about Trump. She participated in a hex against Trump, I believe back in 2017.
Is that video from Cringe of the Day? Was that what that was?
Maybe something similar. I don't know what it means to hex Trump, but it clearly didn't work. And this is a comment from back in 2018 that she sent to Kanye West when he expressed support for Donald Trump. She said, Trump becoming our president was a loss for the country, but your support of him is a loss for the culture. I can only assume you relate to his personality on some level. Delusions of grandeur, extreme issues with narcissism, none of which would be a talking point if we weren't speaking about the man leading our country. If you think it's all right to support someone who believes it's okay to grab a woman by the beep just because he's famous, then you need an intervention just as much as he does. Something so many narcissists will never get because there just isn't enough help for the issue. Message sent with concern that will never be addressed.
All right, I'll speak on behalf of her. She didn't mean that. She didn't mean it.
It was the heat of the moment.
What's-
Throwaway
yeah, it's
comment.
like-
She didn't mean it.
Somebody of Trump or Kanye's level of fame, imagine how would they even have delusions of grandeur?
Yeah, they have
Like-
grandeur.
Like they have the
Yeah, that's not the delusion. They're just actually
just
great.
grand.
Trump's like I can move economic markets with a tweet and set people off the world over. That's not
It's just
delusion.
And
It's
observation
Kanye-
of
actual
grandeur.
grandeur.
Kanye,
Observation
at
of
least
grandeur.
at the time,
Yeah.
was still a billionaire,
Yeah.
fashion mogul. His impact
He's like,
on the
have you
culture
seen
cannot be
the-
understated.
He's like, have you seen the absolute atrocities I've gotten people to put on their feet and think they're cool?
Right?
Like, have you seen the shoes that I've put on people's
Like,
feet and
that's not
gotten them to
delusional.
leave the house in?
That's just
It's ironic,
that's
though,
assessment of grandeur.
And she
Very
said
different.
that he needed an intervention when this comment was sent in 2018, 2 years after Harley Pasternak locked him up, and then Kim Kardashian making medical decisions for Kanye at the time when they were married, then allowed him to be drugged with lithium, and he was diagnosed with exhaustion and then bipolar disorder. And I guess it because it wasn't known at the time what was going on behind the scenes, she couldn't have known, right?
Maybe
But
she's gonna join the America Party with Elon Musk.
Yeah, that
maybe.
it's possible.
Her
Well,
and
it's
Jeremy will run for office
socially
together.
liberal, fiscally conservative is the tagline.
that's-
It's never been done before.
right.
That's
For
like
the last 70 years of
We've
politics.
never tried it.
like most people in America. It's like it's not even that they're socially liberal; it's that they just don't care what you do in your free time.
and their
they're
issues-
they're like selfish, and they're like, look, I got my own stuff going on. I don't give a crap what you do. Like that's a healthy thing to be. It's healthy to not care what other people are
And their
doing.
issues like the debt.
Yeah.
Like, I'll fire me up. Yeah. I don't care. Just spend it.
All right,
Yeah,
so
anyway.
look, we're gonna ignore the 2018 comments.
Yeah. No, she didn't mean that.
Yeah,
No.
she was like
She's
she was drunk
actually-
that day.
Yeah. She didn't mean it.
She doesn't strike me as
Listen,
a
her man
drunkard.
straightened her out. Listen, Lana, I don't want to see none of that woke crap.
He sends her.
We're going to Superman.
He sends her tweets from like DC Drano and Cat Toad.
I better not see you watching that Super MS-13 movie. Get that cape off.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.